Hello and welcome. My name is Sharon and this is Trio.of.Witches Tarot. And this is a VR to Second Thoughts About the Mission. And her tag is Picture Book Decks. So she showed a lot of picture books. I'm not going to do that because I have 20 decks. I'm going to show one book, and this is what I have at my bedside right now. And it's called The Unwinding, and it's by the same writer artist combo as the Lost Words and the Lost something else, which I have downstairs. I'll put the title below. And I just think these books are lovely. I just love the art, first of all. I could just look at the art. So it's just broken up into chapters 1 through, I don't know what number. Let's see. There's a blessing at the end. Rest. 14. So there's 14 very short little stories that are wonderful to read before drifting off to sleep. And the artwork is so lovely. I highly recommend The Unwinding and Other Dreamings. So I've kind of broken my decks into categories, and we're going to start with one that is just adorable, childlike, picture book-like decks. And we're going to start with the Kawaii. Now, there's two Kawaii Tarots. One of them is very pippish and not very cute. And this one is adorable. It's just so cute and feels like it could be a children's picture book for sure. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. I just love this. The animals are adorable. Everything in here is adorable. Not so much for readings. And then we have Tarot de Luz. Now this one's a little more bizarre. It's such an adorable deck. I mean, the size is cute, but the artwork, I just think, is so adorable. These little people, the sun, and there's a lot of unibrows in it. Where's a unibrow? There, she's kind of got to get a unibrow. Even the tower. I mean, look how cute this tower card is. And the devil is cute. There's the fool. It's just an adorable little deck. And it kind of goes its own way. I don't know what system it's supposed to be following, or if it kind of created its own. And then, of course, there's the Boo Tarot, which I think we all can agree is like the cutest Halloween picture book ever. With the little sparkly ghosts. Hopefully that's picking that up. They're just so cute. And I used this deck at Halloween and let the kids pick a card. And every card means how many pieces of candy they're going to get, or if they're going to get a lot of candy or not. And they think it's so fun. And makes me so happy. And I think it's so fun. But this just reminds me of some Halloween story that I might have read or would read to my kids. So that's the Boo Tarot. All right, so another one that feels like a storybook is the Curious Travels. And love this deck, and this is the indie version. I don't know if you can still get the indie version. It is going mass market. It's my understanding. So look at that. It feels sort of is it The Lion and the Wardrobe? Whatever those stories are, I can't recall this moment, but I will put it below. Feels very immersive to me, like I've entered some other land where there are totally different rules. And all the people just kind of go with it. This is how it is here. Maybe because it's called Curious Travels and the characters, especially like Temperance and wherever the Fool is, just feel like they've wandered into this strange and different land. Stories and Queen Alice Tarot. I have 3 Alice decks, but this is the one that feels most like a picture book. Now, I love the artwork in this deck. And Alice in Wonderland, one of my favorite stories. Being neurodivergent, I often feel like Alice in Wonderland, where everyone is insane and makes no sense, and they don't understand me, and I don't know what's happening right now. So I love that story for this reason, and I love this deck for that reason. Because sometimes I just don't understand people. And people don't understand me. I am often misunderstood. And then we have, this is a brand new one. I don't have the book for it yet. They're shipping them out. But it is the Decolonized Tarot, and it is by Filipina artists, creators. And my understanding is that the cards are based on Philippine stories, which I am very excited to get the book so that I can read them. I love the artwork in this. I think it's just beautiful. It is not an inexpensive deck if you go searching for it, but you're supporting Filipina artists, and there was a lot of work that went into this. And I just love it. I mean, I don't necessarily need to know the stories behind the cards to read with it, but I really want to know. I really, really want to know. So that's the Decolonized Tarot, right? Tarot of the Divine. They are based on fairy tales, stories, folklore, and some of them, from my experience, are totally recognizable. Others I didn't know until I got this deck. So it is from cultures all around the world, which is wonderful. Love that moon. Reminds me of a card in the Prisma Visions. And there is a separate book that goes along with this that tells more in depth of the stories. But this little guidebook has short stories and tells you what culture and what story it is from if you wanted to go look it up yourself. So you don't have to buy the other book. Yes. Most obviously a picture book deck. Love her. And the Fool is a mermaid. So there you go. Last one in the animal category, Northern Animal Tarot. This is the heavy edition. That's what I call it anyway. Those are the backs. It's the non-linen, so they're thicker cards and they're slippery. But anyway, it's not the point. And these are much more anthropomorphized. Right there, here, dancing. They wear clothes. So this does feel like a children's storybook. And I love it. It just speaks to my inner child so much. It's definitely an inner child deck for me. Gives me comfort. I feel like I'm all snuggled in bed and someone's reading me a story. So another anthropomorphic deck is I think it's the Bohemian animals. And this one is a little bizarre, but I think it's so fun. I really do like this. And this, again, another picture book. I mean, that's the theme of this whole thing, isn't it? Little mermaid cup. Definitely feels like some children's story. Like all of these animals live in some crazy circus of anthropomorphic animals. And who wouldn't have wanted to go to one of those? Koala bear? I would have gone to that. There are a lot of bugs in it. So if you don't like bugs or you don't like anthropomorphized animals, unicorn, you probably won't like this deck. But I just think it's very imaginative and fun. And I would have loved this as a picture book. And of course, the fantastic Menagerie has to be in here. It is based on J.J. Granville's artwork and details. J.J. Granville, influential illustrator this is based mostly on artwork from the Les Metamorphoses de Jour from 1847. It is very anthropomorphic. And it's by Baba Studios. And I think this is just a really fun deck. I got it because it appealed to me. Love that. But then I didn't really use it, and it's a lot of bugs. And I wasn't that connected to it. But then when I was looking through it, when I was looking for my decks for this tag, I really started to connect with it. And it's weird, as anthropomorphic decks will be, and there are a lot of weird bugs, which bugs don't bother me. I don't love them, but I'm not freaked out by them. But it is one of the more bizarre anthropomorphized decks. Look there, look at that, the cat bat animals, because they aren't just, it's very, very strange, but very endearing to me as well. And I would have read this as a picture book as a child had it been one. Another deck where the animals are not quite anthropomorphized, the Tarot Fauna. Still a wonderful, sweet deck where the animals, you know, they're not wearing clothes or anything, but they're still doing not quite animal-y things. Although otters do use their hands a lot, but obviously they don't carry around torches. And it's not as raw as the Brady Tarot. You know, we got the wolf chasing the bunny, so there's a little bit more reality to it. The otters in particular are adorable. Ooh, there's another one, you see? It's the moment before, preparing you for the inevitability of the circle of life. Category is Luna Lapin. And of course, this had to be here because it's another one that I don't really use a lot. I get out to look at because it's so cute, so dang cute. And they're more anthropomorphized in this one. Oh, just adorable. And there are so many fakes out there of this. Please don't buy a fake if you want to go out and get this. You can get it from Tovada. It comes in this big box. It does not come in a tuck box. So if you see it in a tuck box, or you see it for cheap, it's fake. Ugh, even look at the hangman, so cute. Judgment, so cute. Oh God, so cute, so sweet. I just love this deck. And animal decks would not be complete without the Three Trees Tarot, the Oak Ashen Thorn, and the Smoke Ashen Embers. Technically not. So beautiful. Just love it so much. The squirrels, the rabbits, and the hares, and the foxes, and the mice, and the crows. And it's slightly anthropomorphic. Less so than some. They still aren't doing total animal things. They're holding things in a non-animal way sometimes. I think it's the perfect kind of mix of anthropomorphic and not. Oh, that hermit. It's everything. Oh, this could be a picture book. It doesn't even need stories or words, just a book of those. That's a nice thing about tarot, right? They're kind of picture books and cards. And the Smoke Ashen Embers. I love all the greens in this one. And I love that each suit is kind of a different kind of dragon. And they're not really scary dragons. Cool. They're just dragons doing their thing. Mushrooms. Adam Ohler's art just is everything. So excited for the next deck. And the Thistledown would be in here too if I was doing oracles also, but I had to draw the line somewhere because I have so many decks in this. I mean, I just love this. Kind of holiday themed. The first one is the Dark Mansion Tarot. So, Halloween-y. I really, really like this. I think it is so fun. And I would have loved this as some sort of kind of bizarro Halloween story. That's how I see it anyway. I know that it's not necessarily that, but it feels like sort of Addams Family-ish. Very Tim Burton-esque. What's the movie? Nightmare Before Christmas? Is that what it's called? Which I enjoyed. Yeah. Very fun. And then the other one, the Yuletide Tarot. And I know some people don't like this for whatever reasons, but I really do like it. And I love that it has more than one culture. It has a lot of allusions to different stories, you know. Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. You have different St. Nicholas's, Santa Claus, and different guises. There's Santa. Yes, there's a lot of Christmas trees. But I like this, a snowman. I think this would have made a great Christmas book. Yeah, like that. It definitely feels like a Christmas tale. Reindeer, yes. Okay, now we a couple mermaid decks is the Atlantis Tarot by Akira Zosens. I think that's how you say her name. It comes with a little teeny, very teeny little white book. This is just a very fun sort of almost comic book style art maybe. Definitely could be a picture book about Atlantis. Yeah. So fun. Love the faces on them. And they're very extravagant, almost drag queen-like, some of them. This is a fun deck. You can get this on eBay. She puts them up every once in a while. You just have to search for her name. Save the search, and the decks will come up. She has this and then some oracles also. So that's the first mermaid deck. And then the other one, right, we all know, Dame Darcy. That's very much a picture book art style. And this one, to me, feels kind of less about mermaids and more kind of like piratey. I mean, there's a lot of mermaids in it. It's mostly mermaids, but it's still with all the treasure chests and the swords and them interacting with humans. It feels very much like a pirate tale more than it does a mermaid tale. I love this though. It's just, I just love, I mean, even I can forgive the Three of Swords. The pirate ship, the captain. Yeah. Definitely a picture book deck. And let's see, another one. The Ellis Deck. And this one is full of fairies and mermaids, and it's a little bit different art style. Bunny for the Hanged Man. Death's not too scary. The Devil's not too scary. It definitely feels like an illustrated children's book. I had it in order and now it's going to be all out of order. The cups are mermaids, merpeople. That's a fun one. Yeah. Ellis Deck. Tarot de Carlotydes or Carlotydes. I've heard it both ways. I don't know which way is correct. Some of these feel like they are very identifiable. I love the cat as the devil, as some kind of a fairy tale. You know, Princess and the Pea. And some of them I feel are more just artists' take on things. But you know, we have dragons, the emperor's new clothes. It's more Klimtish. The Nine of Swords is less angsty and scary than in some. And maybe some of these are from fairy tales, stories from cultures that I am not familiar with. Unicorns. They're fake unicorns. It's so cute. They've got them strapped on. They want to be unicorns. This just feels so childlike. It's such a happy way. Just makes my heart happy. I love the way all the people are dressed. So cute. Dragon for the Ten of Pentacles. Love that. Death. Look how cute Death is. This is such a cute deck. I just love it. Feels like Carnival at the End of the World, but kind of less bizarre. Okay, and got a category of, I don't know, myths and legends, I guess we could call it. We'll start with the Tarot Arthurien. Arthurien, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. So it is Anna Turian's artwork, which, yes, she can illustrate all the decks, and Claire Duvall's very meticulous research into the Arthurian legends. And I have enjoyed those since I can remember. Read The Death of Arthur, Le Mort d'Arthur, more than once, and The Mists of Avalon, and I don't even know what else. But if I had had a book that was illustrated with these illustrations, oh, it would have been over the moon. They're just so beautiful and perfect, and yeah, love it. So glad we have this deck, and that it's mass market. Unfortunately, it's in French, but we live in a day and an age when we can translate. So it's work, but not the worst thing ever. Just love it. So beautiful. And then we have a deck of Finnish mythology, the Mythologia Fennica Tarot. And I'd have to say this isn't necessarily my aesthetic on first blush, but I really love the folk art, I guess, nature of it. But it does capture the stories. I haven't read the whole book yet. I haven't used this deck a ton. But what I have read, the cards really do capture what it says. And this is just so great. And I've always really enjoyed other cultures, mythologies, and folk tales. And it's so fun to be able to have that in a tarot deck. Don't you think? Aren't we lucky? We are so lucky. Yeah. So great. Love that. And I'm our person. Then for Japanese, so now you're probably thinking she's going to pull up the Yokai Yochi, but I'm not. This is, oh gosh, I'm going to have to put the title below because I forget the name of it. The Tarocchi of Yokai or something like that. Anyway, I have the Italian version of it. It comes in Italian and French. The guidebook does not have a ton in it really specific to these cards. So it's basically just a very small paragraph. So it's easy to translate. But I love the artwork so much. The cardstock is total garbage. And I laminated mine, and I used too thick of lamination. So it's very chunky. Otters. I may have to order another copy of this because it was maybe $20, $25, and laminate it with more lightweight lamination. There's kitsune in it. I don't know a ton of the Japanese folklore around the yokai and the kami, and I have another deck which is I don't know, I have a whole video, I think, or it's embedded in one of my collections. But I'll do a collection on just my Japanese, I think. Anyway, so fun. Then there is this one, which is the Forgotten Legends. It came from Kazakhstan, folklore, or exactly what culture, or maybe it's, many cultures in that area. It's really, really well illustrated. And it's got some gold foil on it. It really is just a beautiful deck. And I would have loved this too as illustrations for reading about these stories. And I can't remember, I have the PDF, which is in English, and I can't remember if it talks about what these are as far as stories, or if it's sort of more generic. I am thinking, I have it on my phone, so let me check. Okay, so I do have it. Hopefully the glare, not too bad. Anyway, no, it does not say what these forgotten legends are. Slavic Legends. This one, let's see, I have the bigger limited edition, so it has an alternate moon and an alternate devil, which I don't keep them both in there. This definitely feels like Slavic fairy tales. And oh, this art. Oh, so beautiful. So I don't use this one because it's so big, and I need to order the smaller edition of this so that I will use it. It's just really big. So pretty. Every card in this is just stunning. And they do have a PDF for the majors, and I think they're coming out with one for the minors. But the minors aren't, I think, actual like stories where the majors are. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure what this category would be, but let's put these in it. So, the Stolen Child Tarot, based on the poem by Yeats. And I trimmed mine, so I think, yeah, this card is untrimmed, so you can kind of see how much smaller. Had a very large white border. I left some border. I don't hate border. I just really don't like giant border, especially when it makes the deck giant. Makes it hard to deal with. But this, again, I mean, I think we can all agree this is like a children's picture book. Yeah, this is definitely an inner child work deck for me. I mean, I really, really love it. It really speaks to my inner child, and especially my wounded inner child. Yeah. Brings up feelings. Lots of feelings. Feelings I don't always want to deal with, but very helpful to work through that shit, right? Love that one. Love that. Really, really, just really love this. Great moon. Don't need to show every single card. Kangaroo, raccoon. So that's Stolen Child, and then the Tarot of the Moon Garden. And this is the new edition, which is the, you know, the taller, a little bit taller and a lot skinnier. But again, this just feels like a picture book. And I have always been in love with these swords that are dragonflies, because dragonflies and butterflies and unicorns and everything. Love this deck. So great. And I'm glad they came out with a borderless. I actually wouldn't have minded if they had left the intricate border and just kind of, you know, made it so it didn't have the white borders also. It's nice to have the art bigger. Pegasus. And I don't know what the reasonings were behind this. Perhaps, you know, there's some artistic, photoshoppy, whatever graphics reason for doing it this way. It is not 100% what I would have liked, but I do like it. And it's got beautiful purple gilding. And I have 2 majors only decks. So let's start with the Pinocchio. And this one comes in this interesting packaging. This is an older deck. And this is just some really fun illustrations. And a lot of the titles on the cards have been renamed to what is happening in the story, I believe. Like here, it's a book, Il Libro. And I haven't translated all of these. Something about maybe some kind of green fish. But it's just great. I don't really use majors only. I wish this was a full deck, but I just kind of had to have it because I just love it. And then the other one, I think you can still get this one. It's by Il Meneghello. So this one does have meanings. Very short. But again, I don't really use majors only. But I just fell in love with this artwork and how much it feels like a children's picture book. So again, I kind of just had to have it just because I like it. And 2 babies and a son. I usually hate that depiction, but I love this one. Oh, it's everything. And then this cardstock, the Il Meneghello cardstock is just Okay, so this tag came just in time as I was starting to do my deck collection series, and I was going to do it differently in categories rather than last time where I went A to Z. And I'm very happy to have had a tag to go along with it. So thanks to Second Thoughts about the mission, and I hope you enjoyed that. Take care of yourself. Bye.